we're indigenous to the Middle East because the genetics do all the talking. The guys who live in Hebron, okay, more than Muslims, the same genetics we do. The exact same genetics we do.
Yep. But there's an important distinction, and I need to make sure that you understand this, because I do hear that argument a lot. Indigenous status isn't just about blood. Okay, so look at me. I'm pretty clear, like I'm fairly pale. If I take these off and I put on sunglasses, I look white. I mean, the eyes kind of give me away sometimes, but at the end of the day, pale skin, light colored eyes, right? I could pass as a white person. Now, if I was to go somewhere and pass myself off as white, and I could do that, what ends up happening is that I'm no longer who I really am. And I'm actually identifying with the people that colonized and oppressed my people for what, since 1492. So by doing that, would I still be indigenous? That's the question. Now, you'd be amazed at how many people say yes. But the thing is, none of the Indians that I know say yes. They all agree with me. They say no. Once you start identifying as the conqueror, once you assume the conqueror's mantle, you are no longer indigenous. At that point, you have abdicated that. And that is the only way that you can lose indigenous status, is to give it away. You cannot take it from me. Nobody can take it away. I can't take away from you who you are, that it's integral. Now, it's really important that you understand that everybody understands that, because you will hear that argument a lot. And you'll hear, well, according to the genetics, they're just as much here as you are. Okay, then the first thing you ask them, where's your sacred sites? Where are your holiest places? And don't give me the bullshit that it's such and such mosque. Tell me where your holiest site is. Where did your language develop? These are the important things. Where did your traditions come from? These are what make people indigenous. It has nothing to do. We talk about it because blood quantum, we do say, it plays a role, right? But on the checklist, it's only one of 6 things. So it would be like saying, well, you know what? I sort of follow Jewish culture, but I don't have any Jewish blood. I'm a Jew, right? What would you say to somebody like that? You'd probably say the same thing I would say, which is bullshit, right? So those are the kinds of things. Now, there are secular people. There will be people that don't follow the religion, but maybe they follow some of the laws. Maybe they have Jewish blood, those kinds of things. They're still Jewish. Like, they might not be Jewish according to Jewish law, but according to most people, and I'm sure most of the people in this room, they would still be considered Jewish, right? And that's not something you'd want to take away from them. I mean, you could argue about the politics and all that stuff, that's fine. But they're still, at the end of the day, most people consider them to be Jewish.
But Judaism is more of a nationality than a religion.
Well, yeah, it's like a combination of things, right? It's a very complex... Here's the thing, and it's funny. This is how you can tell you're indigenous, because you're not simple, right? Like, if you're a colonizer people, it's really, really simple. You're a colonizer people. You can be any one of a bazillion religions. It has nothing to do with who you are. When you're an indigenous person, your spirituality has everything to do with who you are, because Jews have one common religion. Now, here's the thing. Native people in Canada, every one of those tribes, so Cree, they have one common religion. Blackfoot, one common religion. The Lakota Sioux, one common religion. And when you ask them, what religion are you? They don't say, I'm blah, blah, blah. They say, I'm Sioux. I'm Lakota. I'm Blackfoot. I'm Cree. Right?
When you show a culture, a tradition, a language, a piece of territory, no one can ever take that away.
Absolutely.
It's ingrained. It's in your DNA. And it doesn't matter hundreds of generations later. I mean, look at all of us here. If some of us were from European backgrounds, probably someone's great-great-grandmother was raped by a Cossack.
Oh, goodness, the Cossack argument. No, I know what you're saying.
And then I look at my neighbors who lived for centuries in Gondar in Ethiopia, and we're the same.
Yeah. See, and I'll tell you what, that's actually one of the things that first drew me to Jewish people, to understand that no matter how you look, right, it doesn't mean anything. I met, I have 2 friends, and it's funny, they joke about mixed marriages with Sephardi and Ashkenazim. So, and it's really funny when they joke about mixed marriages, in my case, because my mom's Norwegian and my dad's native, which is about as mixed as it gets, right? But it's really cool to see that no matter what, all these Jewish people that come from different backgrounds, they still have the same core principles. But what you guys are really going to laugh at, and some people say that I'm being really stereotypical when I say this, but I shit you not. This is something I've really noticed with all the Jewish people I know. You have the same basic senses of humor. You have the same basic, like, and I'm not going to say Judeo-Christian ethics because they came before Christianity. You have the same ethics. Like, most of the Jewish people I know are very, very ethical and very moral people. Even the ones that I think are asshats, like the lefties, right? Most of the time I genuinely try to believe that it's coming from a good place, that they believe that because they're trying to be moral. They might be totally uneducated and stupid, but they're moral. They're trying to do what they think is right most of the time, right? So, but I mean, these are the things that I really appreciate about Jewish people, because